Right guys, another episode of the Clueless Drinker. Hopefully going to keep this one short and sweet. In fact, I'm hopefully going to keep all the videos that I do short and sweet, but I never do. Today, I've got another beer from a brewery that I'm really enjoying and I've got a newfound appreciation for. And it's of a style that I absolutely love, and being the fact that it's November, it's perfect weather. Well, not really, because it's still quite warm for this style of beer. So it's a Doppelbock, and it's from the Eichhofener brewery, and it's the Eichator Doppelbock, coming in at 7%. This is the first time I'm actually trying this one. Really excited about it. I really like the Eichhofener brewery. They do some really good traditional beers, and they're like manufacturer range, which I've only tried a couple of. Really good as well. So yeah, really nice looking label. It's, you know, you get that impression that it's a Doppelbock with the colour scheme, and you've got an old man doing something on the front. Yeah, this is only a 330 bottle, and there's the Eichhofener crown, and yeah, really nice looking beer. Let's get this beer opened, and not really too much going on in terms of smoke. It's not really been in the fridge at all, to be honest, because I don't really like to have my Doppelbocks cold. Using my Eichhofener glass, which has actually got a little bit of water in at the bottom, but hopefully that won't interfere too much. And yeah, that's pouring really nicely. No real head at all, but that's probably partly down to the fact that I've just rinsed the glass. You can see the remnants of a slightly beige coloured head, but yeah, not completely opaque. It's a nice oaky colour, not too much going on in terms of carbonation. It kind of reminds me of like a Pepsi or something that's gone a little bit flat, but yeah, looks like a Doppelbock. Let's give it a sniff. And it smells like a Doppelbock, but it's not the strongest smelling that I've had. You are picking up like almost like a spirity sort of smell, maybe something like a spiced rum or a brandy, maybe. But yeah, it's like nutty, like chestnuts, that sort of thing. You're getting those dark berries. It's got like a caramel sort of smell as well. Smells nice and rich, and yeah, even though the alcohol is quite evident on the sniff, it's not too overbearing, and it works well with all the other aspects of this beer. So anyway, smells really good, looks really good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Ooh. It's not an overpowering flavour, but it is really quite bitter. From it first going into your mouth all the way to you drinking it. It is feeling kind of syrupy once you've swallowed. Sounds really horrible. Yeah, that is really nice. It's almost like it's getting, I don't know, like treacle in your mouth after you've finished with it. But that being said, it's not a really heavy body, but it is bold. And it is really quite nice. That bitterness, sometimes I'll admit, the bitterness can make or break a beer for me, even if it's like, let's say, an IPA. Sometimes, if it's too bitter, I won't enjoy it as much as like a sweeter IPA. And it goes for pretty much every beer style, to be honest, even when I get to stuff like a porter or a stout. Of course, you want to get those bitter sort of flavours there, but it can be quite unpleasant. And Doppelbocks can do that as well. But this is really quite nice. And I wouldn't say it's like an alcohol burn, but you are definitely feeling it in the back of your throat. And it is, as it's going down, it's getting a little bit heavy on the stomach, but in a good way. It's definitely a great excuse me, winter warmer, to put it that way. But flavour wise, I'm almost getting like a slightly dense, toned down rum raisin sort of flavour in this one. You are picking up like a caramel malt, maybe like some cherry dipped in caramel. It is a really nicely balanced beer. It's not the most flavoursome one that I've had. I was expecting a little bit more on the flavour front. But it's not a weak Doppelbock by any stretch. But it's like a slightly restrained version of a Doppelbock, I'd say. It's definitely high quality. Also very slight peanut flavour right in the background. It's really nice and subtle. But yeah, you get nice like dark berries, cherries. That the sweetness from those is being cut out by like a nice deep caramel. This is a really nice little beer. It's not the greatest of the style, or the greatest from Eichhofener, to be honest. There are other beers that they do that I enjoy, or I'm enjoying a lot more than this one. It could be doing a little bit more, to be honest, but it's definitely warming me up. It just could be a little bit more flavoursome. It's kind of reminding me of a sweetened porter. So I think out of 10, excuse me, I'm going to give this a 6 and no, actually, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. You are definitely going to take your time with this one. There's no doubt about that. Not just because it's a, 7% ABV beer, but it's quite heavy, but not too flavoursome, and it could just do with a little bit more flavour, maybe a little bit more of a bite to it. So I am ever so slightly underwhelmed by this one, but maybe that's because I've been hyping it up and because I'm becoming a little bit of a fanboy for the brewery. But 7 out of 10, I'm happy with that score. I'm happy with that beer. It's one that I'd pick up again. If you want to find out more about the Eichhofener brewery, and of course this beer, there will be some references down below in the description box, as well as any other Doppelbock reviews that I've done up to this point. And of course, check out the Clueless Drinker playlist for some more beers. So if you do see this beer around, or if you ever find yourself in Bavaria and you see it in one of the local supermarkets, give it a go, because it's a damn good little Doppelbock. Just don't expect to be bowled over by it. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've tried this beer, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And until the next time, I shall see you all later. That doesn't make sense.